What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another episode of The Boys Are Back. I apologize right off the bat that I'm using my intro. I'm using my overlays for this. Usually I keep everything organized on my desktop, on my computer, and I decided to put it in a folder, and I put it in an external file, and I couldn't find the files. So we're going to go under this setup. My apologies, but the boys are here. We got Pete and we got Brandon. Gentlemen, welcome to the show.
What's going on? What's going on, Beto?
What's up, guys? We're going to talk 49er football. Once again, I apologize for the inconvenience. I'm not using, we'll be set up next week, no problem. But the most important thing is, I know, the most important thing is our boy, Brandon and Peter here. So I guess for that, I get what?
You're fired.
I'm fired. All right, let's say hello, everybody in the chat real quick. Give me a second. We got my beautiful goddaughter, Jade, in the house. What's up, Jade? Jimmy is in the house. What's up, Jimmy? Welcome, welcome. Will not be traded. Aiyuk will be a Niner. Let's go. We got our boy, Niners Throwback in the house. Thanks for tuning in, faithful. Make sure you all hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Much appreciated. And look who it is. Look who it is, Melissa in the house. How you doing, little sister? Good to see you. Much love. Much love, much love. Let's see who else is in here real quick before I start reading all the comments. We got Daniel Burry Sports Highlights in the house. What's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Let's see who else we got in here. Okay, so, gentlemen, it is the 16th of April. Not this Thursday, but next Thursday is the draft. We're getting closer for Christmas. I don't know about you guys, but I always said, for me, the draft is Christmas in April. It's when I get to open up my presents to see who the Niners take with the 31. Are you guys getting excited as we get closer to the draft? And let me ask, I'll start with you, Brandon and Pete. Are you truly a big fan of the draft? Do you go all out? Do you like get the barbecue pit going, get the chicken wings or whatever you got to do? You set up the TVs and do you make a big thing of it, or do you just kind of like just watch it?
I just watch it, to be honest. The past couple of years, though, since I started the podcast, I've been going on with my Hive brothers, with Matt and Zach and the rest of the Hive crew a lot. So that's what I've been doing the past couple of years when the draft comes around. So that's always been fun.
And right on. And what about you, Pete? Do you? I know you work during the week, so sometimes it's hard. But do you set that day off for the draft? Do you really get into it, or are you kind of like Brandon, kind of just watch it and and just chillax and drink a cold one, or do you make it a whole day event?
Oh, I watch. I'm usually off of work by that time, and but yeah, I just kind of I watch it, and then I watch one like some of the other content creators. I know I watch Jesse Naylor, and he usually has a couple of guys on with him. David is usually on with him, and I love their coverage of it. And then there's a couple of other. And Grant, or not Grant. I know the Redbeard, Brad.
Oh, Brad.
I watch Brad. Brad's a good watch as well. So I'll get in the chat with them.
Yeah,
but I love the draft. I am a draft junkie. I do mock drafts all day, like every day. And I do it like multiple different draft machines because everybody has a different big board, and it's always fun to watch to see what depending on whose draft board you go by, like what could happen with the 49ers. So
I love it. Yeah, as for me, I'm a big draft guy too. I like to do my draft draft mocks as well, but I get the barbecue out. I love to barbecue. For those who don't know, I always add in new tools to the arsenal there in the backyard, and I'm going to be doing wings this Thursday. I set up the whole day. I go live from the beginning of the draft to the end of the draft, and we just talk, have different guests pop up and talk, and we talk and we break down every pick. Each player going to each team. Is it a good fit? Is it not? Based on the player, what did the teams trade? What did they trade for? We talk all of that, and then when it comes to 31, are the Niners going to draft? Are they going to move up? Are they going to move down? So I get excited about the draft. I'm all into the draft. It's been like that every year. Me and my younger brother, Richard Reeves, we get together. This year he has to work, but we get together and we do the draft together, and we enjoy watching the draft. Like I said, to me, it's Christmas in April. I'm always excited to see what we do, particularly with the first round. And I know the last 2 years we did not have a first round pick, so we had to kind of sit there every other team pick, and we felt, at least I felt a little bit like the Rams fans, never having a first round pick for a minute, and now we do. So this year it's going to be very, very, very exciting to see what the Niners do. Pete, honestly, what direction do you think the Niners are going to do? Now, we're all guessing, obviously. We're all guessing. We're not John Lynch or Kyle. But based on your following of Kyle, the track record of John Lynch, and the way the direction they've gone, what position do you think they're going to go first? And also want to ask you, do you think they trade either up or down? Or I know it's based on what falls on the board. I know a lot of things determine whether they move up or down if players are there or gone. But just for a conversation do you think they trade? And if they do, up or down? And if they don't, what position do you think they will draft that wouldn't surprise you?
So, look. No, first off, nobody knows what the 49ers are going to do. Everybody can speculate. But literally, the 49ers are one of the few teams that it is almost impossible to predict what they're going to do. Just because I don't think anybody has been, since Bosa, has been really able to predict who the 49ers are going to pick with that first pick. And it's just really weird. But I think that they are going to, it really just depends on how the board falls. I think that if what's his name, Fatanu, there's Fashanu. There's like two of them. Fuaga. There's Fuaga, and then there's
TC Fuaga
Fatanu.
and then there's for Morgan
Fatanu,
Troy Fatanu from Washington.
Yeah. And then Ola, it's what's his name?
We're looking at the tackles. You're looking at the tackles, right?
Yeah, there's another one.
Let me go to the tackles. Hold on. Tackles.
Because in the mocks, like any one of them, Latham's in there. And
you got Fashanu, you got Jason Latham, you got Mims, you got Barton, Morgan, Taylor Gayton.
Yeah, I don't think those guys.
I like Kingsley.
Not going to trade up for those guys.
Summer Matari. I can't pronounce the last name.
Kingsley, Suamataya.
I like him a lot.
I'm like, he is my reason to stand pat. If the tackles aren't falling off the board like we think that they're going to, and people get wide receiver happy, then I could completely see them going Kingsley's, just staying pat and taking Kingsley Suamataya. He was at 49ers at the compound today on his top 30 visit. There was a bunch of people at the top 30 visit today, but he was one of them that was there today. I like JC Latham. I like there is another one, and I am just blanking on his name. What is? Oh, here we go. I'm gonna pull them all up. Oh,
hey Don, get to see you. Rick Diaz, get to see you. Maverick, get to see you. I see you.
Olamaya Fashanu is his name. Like out of Penn State. He's a top 15 guy, but if he falls for whatever reason, I could see them trading up to the 20s to get Fatanu, Latham, or Fuaga. Any one of those guys, if it feels like that they're going on a run of wide receivers, and because that's the only run that really teams are going to really go on, it's either going to be wide receivers or it's going to be tackles. And so, like, if they go on a run of wide receivers and those tackles start to fall, I could see the 49ers going ahead and moving up to like 20, between 21 and 23 to go and get their guy. So, but if there isn't a run on wide receivers and the tackles go early, I could see them just staying pat and taking best player available. And then you got to talk about the AD Mitchells. You got to talk about the Zach, the Power Johnsons, the Graham Bartons, those guys, which they could end up trading down, but I could see them taking Kingsley Suamataia there too.
Yeah, I like him. I think he's
he's got the exact same measurables as Penny Sewell. He's just younger and than Penny was when he was drafted. He's got less experience than Penny, but same measurables.
Now, he's never played right tackle. He's always played left tackle, but we could try him out at right. But once
Suamataia, he played right tackle.
Kingsley? Really?
Yeah, he played right tackle.
That's interesting. Oh, yeah. In 2022.
Yeah.
Okay, I was looking at 2023. He had 644 snaps at left tackle, none in right tackle, but in 2022 he played right tackle. He had 687. Oh, so he can play both. Okay, yeah. I like that.
That's why I like him, is because if you can get a guy late there's no reason to waste draft resources and trade up. If you can get a guy late that is used to playing both sides, it's I think it's a good situation to be in.
Right on.
And he's got measurables. He's athletic. He has really good tape. Like I don't understand why he's so low, other than there are some good tackles in this draft. So, and there's some good wide receivers.
Brandon, kind of a similar question, but and Pete went offensive tackle, which is a need that the Niners definitely need to look at and explore. But as a fan, in the history that you've seen John Lynch and Kyle being here since 2017, the directions they have gone and the draft, which direction do you think they go? Do you think they move up, move down? If they stay put, what position do you think the Niners would take that would not surprise you?
That would not surprise me. Honestly, what we kind of been talking about the whole offseason, past early month and a half, 2 months. I think they stay put and they get their defensive tackle or end. Doesn't matter what it is, but they're gonna get a lineman. I just have no doubt about it, to be honest. As much as I want them to get a tackle like Pete was talking about, I just don't see it happening. Like, nothing surprises me when the Niners go defense first round, and I think they stick to it next week, come first round, pick 31.
Okay, and out of the defensive guys out there, you got UCLA Latu, the brother of the guy that we have that likes to drop balls everywhere. Hopefully that changes this offseason. Fingers crossed. Even though you guys can't see my fingers right now. And then we got this guy keeps falling. The kid from Illinois, Jerzon Newton. He's an inside tackle. I like this guy's measurables. I like everything about him. I like him and Byron Murphy. But why do you guys think that Newton is falling? Any of you?
I think he's a one-trick pony.
Okay.
I think he's another Javon Hargrave. He's good pass rusher from the interior, but not the greatest against the run. And that's all.
Okay, what you have?
Otherwise,
I could see that though.
Yeah. He's. I'm not high on him that much, but people are. I like Byron Murphy a little bit more from Texas. The Longhorns. I like him a little bit more.
I think it would be criminal to take a defensive tackle in the first round.
Oh, definitely for sure. But let me
Really?
ask you guys this: the latest news, right? Like Beto kind of brought up earlier, is um, there now people are talking about Niners potentially taking a receiver first round.
Yeah, I was just
How
about
do
to
you
mention
guys?
that.
Yeah, how do you guys feel about that? Like, what would you do if they did take a receiver first round? Like, how would you feel about it?
Can I speak on it real quick?
Yeah.
Like, because my problem with the whole thing was that they were bringing up Lad McConkey out of
Yeah, yeah.
Georgia, and like this is the thing. Not that Lad McConkey isn't a good receiver. Not that he doesn't have really good uh, run after the catch ability. I get it.
Mhm.
Like people were even trying to say, well, this is my issue with him. They're saying that he's more of a Z type receiver, and he's gonna have a problem with physicality at the line because his arms are short, he has small hands, so he's almost got to be a slot receiver,
Mhm.
in my mind. And then because and all I see out of him is what's the guy's name from the Raiders that they didn't want to re-sign him. What was his name? The guy everybody was talking about, was just routing everybody up all the time.
Oh, and he's no longer with them. Yeah.
Yeah, he's no longer with them now. But that's what I see Lad McConkey as.
Really?
And it's not that Lad McConkey, and it's not that guy is a bad receiver, but it's got to be a scheme fit for him to really be effective. And my issue is positional value.
Mhm.
In the first round, you're going to take a guy that has to be kind of a scheme fit. He's not going to be a dominant wide receiver, in my opinion. Like he's not good. He's not going to be good contested catches because he's got short arms and small hands. It's just not going to happen. He does run great routes, and he could be good on certain teams with the right quarterback. But I don't think that his, as good as he is, I don't think that it outweighs even taking a tackle or another position that it may be a more value. Like tackle, what's more important to you? Is another weapon on the 49ers more important than Purdy having more time in the pocket and being able to run on the right side of the line? So, in my opinion, like it's not even about need, it's about positional value. And I think that a tackle on the right side would pay huge dividends if we could plug in, if they're better than McKivitz. So, that's the only reason why I kind of poo-poo the idea of a receiver. Now, if all the tackles are gone, I could see taking A.D. Mitchell. I wouldn't take Lad McConkey if A.D. Mitchell is still there. But yeah, I wouldn't take Lad McConkey in the first round. I just couldn't do it. To me, a first round wide receiver has to be dominant. Like Brandon Aiyuk. Do you think Lad McConkey is going to be on Brandon Aiyuk's level? I don't.
No, I agree.
I don't know if you've watched any of his tape, but like I don't see that. So
Now, would you take Brian Thomas Jr. from LSU?
Uh, he's an intriguing prospect. Like, I mean, he's not bad. He's better at what we were just talking about, contested
Oh, yeah.
catches and that kind of stuff. But he's got his flaws too. I would rather wait to the second or third round. Like, I'm almost the third round. I think they could get a Javon Baker, who I've been talking about since the beginning
Oh,
of the draft. All of a sudden,
yeah.
everybody's been jumping on Javon Baker. Like I've been talking about him since February, and like so Javon Baker,
UCF,
I've
right?
got a few. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I've got a few. There's a few guys that you could get late in later rounds. This is a really deep wide receiver draft. That could get you the value that the 49ers really kind of need out of a wide receiver. Because the reality is Kyle is going to scheme whoever it is, they've got to run Kyle's scheme. They've got to understand Kyle's scheme. Is Kyle even going to start a rookie wide receiver? Is the question.
I doubt it.
And so why would you pick a wide receiver if it's not even guaranteed he's going to start in the first round?
Yeah,
I don't know.
If I can add to that, if the Niners do take, I doubt it, they're going to take a wide receiver in the first round either. But if they do, I just want to make it clear my opinion on this. It has nothing to do with oh my God, I can't think of his name right now. Brandon Aiyuk being here or not being here. He's going to get signed. Okay, he's going to be the future. If anything, they're going to bring someone, if they have to part ways, in my opinion, with Debo the following year.
100%.
I don't think they're bringing someone in to replace Aiyuk. It's definitely someone to develop and replace Debo. And I understand that when you mention certain names of the team and their fan favorites, people get a little annoyed. They get frustrated. Like, no, not Debo's going anywhere. Aiyuk is going nowhere. So and so. But the reality is, there's a money factor. There's a salary cap that is reality. And when the quarterback gets paid, and he will get paid next offseason, and well deserved, there's going to have to be some changes made. And some changes are not going to be fan favorites at all. People are going to be pissed because they're emotionally attached to certain players. And they can't fathom the Niners letting them go. But you got to look at the now and the future, and you got to look at the salary structure and how you maintain strength throughout this season and going forward. And if they do bring someone in, a receiver in the first round, to me, it's a replacement for Debo in the future, not Brandon. Your thoughts on that, guys?
Yeah, I can see that happening. And a lot of people will start speculating too after seeing that Niners could take a receiver in the first round. Now that people are starting to speculate, like, oh yeah, that means Brandon Aiyuk is going to get traded. Da 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 da. Then they start making up all these rumors and stuff. And honestly, like Niners Twitter, or X, I should say.
It's crazy, bro.
It gets out of hand, man. Honestly, especially during the off season.
Too many Niner fans and their feelings, bro.
For real. And then what makes it worse too is
what's up, Leon?
The opposing fans thinking, like, for example, Steeler fans thinking that they're gonna try to get Brandon Aiyuk. I'm like, yo, he ain't going nowhere. We're signing him. All this shit you're seeing online don't mean shit. His agent already said that he ain't going nowhere. So put that shit to rest,
Yeah.
Polk from Washington. What's up, Leon? Welcome to the show, brother. Welcome. He says, Polk is my receiver. I really want great route runner, high points, the ball physical player, and sleeps in the weight room. Man, I got to change my glasses. To be there in first thing in the morning. Love to get those type of players. He's a committed player. I think that there's so many options as receivers, and we only named a few in there. And I don't think a receiver is something they're going to go in first place. I really think they're going to go a tackle or defensive end. I don't even think they're going to go interior with that 31. I'll be shocked if they do. But yeah,
I could see them going. I could see them going. What's his name? Powers Johnson. I could see them going Powers Johnson in the first round, if just depending on how the tackle.
Do you think that they would have to move up to get him? I don't think he'll be there at 31.
I mean, I don't think he'll be there, but I'm just saying if there's a run on tackles, if there's a run, because the wide receivers are going to go hard, tackles are going to go hard. It just depends on what part of the first round it happens. And and I think people are grading Graham Barton ahead of Jackson Powers Johnson as a center. So I just think that it's definitely possible that Jackson Powers Johnson could be there. And if he is there, and those high-end tackles have already gone, I could see it. It's a possibility. There's just so many possibilities, but yeah, like it's definitely a possibility because now because Jackson Powers Johnson, you could plug him in at guard and let him sit there and let him play guard for a year, and then transition him to center. He's got positional he's played both. So the 49ers always love their versatile guys.
All right, so moving on. So let's say we take, regardless of who it is, let's just say we take an offensive tackle at 31. We didn't move up or down. We took him. We took our tackle. Moving on to 63, which is the second round. Let's talk about a player. What's up, Kenny? I see you, brother. Welcome. Talk about a position that you think, and again, everything's going to be based on who's on the board. We're not seeing the board. We don't know how the board's moving, but we're just committing. We're just talking, having conversation. The board's going to reflect on what they do, obviously. But let's say, just for conversation wise, what position you think they'll tackle once they get the guy in 31? What do you think they get at 63? What direction do you think they go? Brandon, go first.
You're on mute.
So you're saying at 63, if they go tackle at 31?
Yeah, they got their tackle, whoever it is. It doesn't matter, but they got their tackle.
Okay.
They're set there. What direction do they go at 63?
I say I could see them going receiver at 63.
Okay.
If anything.
I like that.
Now who it is, I'm not sure.
Yeah, of course, because we have to, like I said, we have to see the board.
Yeah.
So I'm with you. It's hard to say. That's why I only say position.
Yeah.
I don't say player. I just say the position because it's hard to say the player without looking at the board. So that's why I only mentioned the position.
I could see receiver at 63.
I like that. What about you? I saw you shaking your head up and down as you were agreeing. Pete, what are your thoughts?
I mean,
receiver is a possibility?
It's the same thing that we were talking about the first round. So if they take a tackle, in the first round, then they're probably taking a defensive end or a wide receiver in the second round. I would be shocked. If they go offensive line back to back. I think that there is a few defensive ends there. I think it could be a tackle as well. There's a few D tackles there that. So you got Marshawn Nealon, who went in for his top 30 visit, and then you've got what's his name, Malachi Corley, or is it Mackay? I can't remember. What is
I'm sorry, bro. I was too busy showing my
Malachi, right?
Yes.
Malachi Corley.
Oh, we're talking
Malachi
about
Corley.
Yeah.
He came in for his top 30 visit today, and he's going to be probably right around that. They might have to trade up a little bit in the second round if they want to go get him. But then you've got.
What are you guys' thoughts on the Xavier Leggett?
He's too much like DK.
The
49ers aren't going to like him.
Yeah, that's true. No argument there, Pete. No argument there.
They don't like muscle bound guys that can run like the wind. They just don't.
I don't understand the reference. A lot of people say that Malachi is supposedly a clone of Debo. I don't see it. Do you?
I don't. They use him in that. I think that his team used him in that way. So that's why people are saying he's this year's Debo, is because that's the way his team used him. But I don't think that. I think that he's got a little bit more juice as a wide receiver. I think that he's got a little bit. He can do more than what they just screens and sweeps and that kind of stuff. I think he can do more. I think he's a little bit. He has a chance to be an actual really good wide receiver, and I just think he was a slave to that terrible offense they ran.
Yeah, I hear you. Thank you, Melissa. I appreciate that. I agree with you as well. I like him. He'll be one that would. Where does he come out of? Western Kentucky.
Western Kentucky.
So we took offensive tackle. We took our receiver. We got our tackle and we got our receiver. Two offensive side of the ball guys. Do you think that at 93 now the Niners focus on defense? Or do you think based on who's on the board, they can still go offensive personnel, depending who's there? Any of you guys can answer.
I think it can go one of two ways. I think they're either going to go tight end at that one, or they're going to go defensive line. And honestly, it could be they could go offensive line there too.
Yeah.
Because I think that's where I think that everybody's talking this Rosengarten in the first round, or maybe second round. I think he's going to end up going in the third.
Really?
See that.
You know that tight end that people are saying that he's a. I don't think he is. Personally, I don't think he's a hell of a blocker first and foremost. But the tight end everyone is comparing to George Kittle. Bowers.
Talking about Senat?
Brock Bowers. Do you think he goes in the top 10?
He can't block.
No, he can't. Exactly. He cannot block. And people are like, he's the duplicate of George Kittle. I don't know what they're but do you think this kid can go in the first top 10?
I mean, it's possible because teams are they're not looking for a George Kittle because nobody runs an offense like the 49ers do.
Correct.
So they're not really looking for a George Kittle. They're looking for him to run routes like a George Kittle.
They're looking more like, what's his name, from the Kansas City, Kelsey type of tight end.
Exactly. Which that he can do.
Yep.
I think he could be what everybody thought. What's the guy from Atlanta?
Oh, Pitts?
Yeah, I think he
Kyle
could be
Pitts?
what everybody thinks Pitts was supposed to be.
He's been a disappointment, unfortunately.
Well, I mean, he's had no.
But then that head coach, they just got.
They don't have a quarterback. He doesn't have a quarterback.
Yeah, they don't have a quarterback either. Yeah.
So, I think that it's been criminal, all the weapons that they have on that team, and they just have nobody to throw on the ball.
Yep.
But it is what it is.
Brandon, you were going to say something, brother?
They just picked up quarterback this offseason, right?
Yeah, they got
Kirk Cousins.
They got Kirk Cousins.
That's who it was. Okay, that's who it was.
I don't know where those guys' stats are going to blow
You're going
up.
to see Pitts go up. Yeah.
Him
and London are going to go up.
Yeah. For all those fantasy guys out there, this is the year to get Pitts.
Their running back. What's his name?
First round.
The running back for the Falcons.
Then they got they have that monster of a running back.
But bro,
that they didn't.
They only wasn't in Smith, the guy that was a head coach there last year that fired. He didn't hardly run them.
Yeah, it was weird. That whole offense.
Yeah,
I think it was just really tough because he used the same excuse that Kyle uses when he doesn't run CMC. They're stacking the box. They're stacking the box. Okay, well, I mean, but that's why you get a bell cow back. It shouldn't matter. He's still your best option. He's still your best option. So, I mean, you at least got to give him an opportunity to break some tackles and do some stuff. Back in the day, I mean, you had running backs that, I mean, you knew people were going to stack the box. There was nothing you could do about it. They were still going to run it down your throat.
Yep. Arthur Smith. Thank you, Melissa. Yeah, he's no bueno.
Yeah. Now he's the offensive coordinator for Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I feel bad for Pittsburgh, man.
Yeah. Well, he wasn't a bad offensive coordinator.
No, but I'm talking about the run game.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he was King Henry's offensive coordinator.
What is it? Maybe some coaches, and I didn't mean to interrupt. I apologize, Pete, but there's a lot of head coaches that just can't be head coaches. They're great coordinators, whether it's defensive or offensively. But when they get the whole responsibility of watching both sides, special teams, and they get all these personnel that they got to kind of do, they just can't focus. Some coaches are just meant to focus on a small window, and whether they're defense or they're offensive coordinators, We saw that a lot in the past with a lot of teams. And I think, like you said, Arthur Smith is a better offensive coordinator than he has been as a head coach, but mainly because he doesn't have all that responsibility with the media, with all three phases of the team. So I can see your point where he can be effective there. Now they still have a quarterback. Well, they have Russell Wilson to Pittsburgh, right?
Yeah, and they got Justin Fields.
Oh, that's right. That's going to be an interesting thing there in Pittsburgh with those two.
It's gonna be excuse my French, but it's gonna be a shit show. Like I think,
really,
because Russ Wilson. Okay, first off, you got Russell Wilson, who has underachieved at in Denver. And for multiple reasons. But he's been he was a disappointment. So now you're going to give him a chance in Pittsburgh, and with Arthur Smith as the offensive coordinator, a new offensive coordinator, plus what offense are you gonna run? They better fortify that offensive line, because that's been the issue with them forever, is their offensive line just isn't good. But then say Russ struggles in the beginning, so now immediately they're going to be calling for Justin Fields. And then they're going to give Justin Fields a shot. He's going to struggle. As soon as he struggles, put Russ back in. Let Russ cook. And it's just going to go back and forth, back and forth.
Look with my boy, Dion.
Hey, there he is. What's up, Dion?
What's up, Dion? Long time no see, my brother. Dion? I love this guy. We can get, me and this guy can go head to head. We have different things in opinion, but I truly love and respect this man a lot. I love Dion. I love the way he has conviction in what he believes in, and he doesn't move from nobody. We do bump heads sometimes, but in a friendly way when it comes to football. But I love Dion. Good to see you, Dion. Says, what's up? What's good, fellas? Yeah, I can't wait to do another show with Dion soon, man. This guy's a hell of a cat, man. I would love to meet him in person for sure. Welcome, Dion. But yeah, man, that is so cool that the Niners. Real quick, I wanted to bring up a point that Kenny brought up, that I was not, because I wasn't aware, because I really didn't follow him closely, but he said Pitts only had 3 touchdowns in 4 years. His stats have no choice but to go up. I didn't know he only had 4 touchdowns in 4 years.
That I don't know.
I mean, 3 touchdowns. Excuse me, I'm giving him an extra touchdown. That's crazy. I don't know how. I'm not saying that it's not true, but that's just hard to digest.
Yeah,
because let me bring it up. Yeah, that's interesting point there. Pitts has 3 TDs in 4 years.
Crazy.
To your point, Kenny, he has no reason to go up.
He's got 6 in 3 years.
Oh, okay, but
he's
that's
only
still
been in the league in 3 years.
That's still low.
Yeah. I mean, his rookie season, he had 1,000 yards and only 1 touchdown.
Yep. It says, I love the beard. It's a good look. All right, on, brother. Trying to keep up with my bearded friends out there. It's called being lazy, not wanting to shave, and then you just start grooming it. But I appreciate Dion, man. Dion's cool. Dion got me fired up in the playoffs, man. I got so pissed off. I was not going to do football no more. I was going to quit everything, and man, I became an emotional woman. No offense to the women, but
it's wild. I have to say that was one of the best shows, though.
It was, but
very
never
entertaining.
Personal with Dion, never. We just have different opinions when it comes to Kyle Shanahan. And the beautiful thing about football, that we're all entitled as fans to believe what we want to believe and agree or to disagree. But at the end of the day, it makes it for a good show. It makes it for a good show when you're fired up, man. Nobody wants people to be just in agreement all the time. You know what I mean? People want fire. People want a little bit of disagreement. And the most fun part is when you can prove your point, or at least try to prove your point against the other person. They're proving their point. It makes it for fun to watch. Then kind of like, yeah, I agree.
But I mean, also it's about the world would be boring if everybody agreed with everything all the time, and you don't grow. You don't grow in anything when everybody's saying the same thing. So like I love to hear all the different opinions because I might get something out of it that might make me think differently about
Yeah,
my take.
yeah,
And like when you're I don't know, when you're grown, the more grown you get, the more you start taking in other information and like it just I don't know. I always listen to other people's takes and
Yeah.
because you just never know how it's going to affect you.
on that point, I agree with you, bro. Like people ask me, do you have any content creators that you don't like? There is none that I don't like. I like them all. No, there's
Well, there's a
more
couple.
of a few that I don't always agree with. But
Yeah.
my opinion is this: a lot of people they love Grant Cohn. A lot of people don't. A lot of people like David Lombardi. A lot of people don't. Whether which cup of coffee is
Some
yours,
people
it
like
doesn't
Larry
matter. The,
Krueger.
the thing with
A
me
lot of
is
people
this:
don't.
everyone
No, I
has
can't
good
stand Larry
points,
Krueger.
and everyone has bad points. And you can always take good points and take what you nibble at what you think is positive, and whatever you don't agree with, you can toss it. Now, I heard Pete say he doesn't like Larry Krueger, and that's fine. That's his opinion. He's entitled to that. He just doesn't watch him, and that's fine. There's certain people,
Mm-hmm.
but I tend to like to watch everyone's comments of the Niners, and because I like to see what they're saying, and I'll take the positives and whatever I disagree with, regardless of who they are, I just dismiss it. I'm like, nope, I don't agree with that. But for me to say that they suck and they're no good and blah 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 just because I don't like them, that's just not me. I support all content creators. Like I said, I may not agree with them, but I support them in a sense where I don't talk crap about them. That's me though. That's just me. Because I'm pretty sure a lot of people are talking crap about me. You know what I mean? And so it's a beautiful thing to have a Niner community that do their thing. Now a lot of us we can go way to the left field and do our thing, and we're like, what the heck are you talking about? But
Yep.
but it's okay. And a lot of people say, well, this person is close to the team, so they kiss the team's butt, and look, they'll never, But that's why the beauty of it is that every content creator brings their own flavor, and you can hear their perspective, and whether you agree with them or not. Like I have some favorites that I like. I also like Graham. I've never hidden it. I'm a big David Lombardi fan. I like his takes. A lot of people say he's too close to the team and he kind of kisses the team. Well,
I don't know.
like that he reports.
How is that a bad thing?
It isn't. I agree with you, Pete.
Yeah, I
It
don't
isn't.
get that.
I don't understand it. Like, I mean, do I agree with everything David Lombardi says?
No.
Of course not. Like, but at the same time, I don't understand the take of him being close to the team is bad. Like, I don't think that skews your unless the team is telling you exactly what to say. But even then, it's just a perspective.
Yes.
Like, so I mean, when people are talking about, like, I agree 100% with what you said about content creators as far as their perspectives. I don't care. Nobody's perspective is ever going to offend me. Like, but yeah, like I'm gonna leave it alone. Like,
No, I know it can be
as some of the other ones, but like some people get personal.
Yeah,
And like
that's when it's wrong.
and that's when I just have a problem. Like, I have a problem with content creators that decide to demean others, and like that's just
To
silly.
try to get ahead. I noticed
Yeah,
they'll
that's just
put
silly.
other content creators down so that people can follow them, so they can get more followers. And that I'm with you, Pete. I don't like that either. I think that if you're good at what you do, people are going to follow you no matter what. There's no need to step on somebody to try to get higher, in my opinion. So I'm with you there. But I do like hearing a lot of. I love John Chapman. I like the way he breaks down film. I love his mock drafts. And there,
We got
and
so
again,
many.
not all
We
of
got
us are
so
going to
many for the
agree.
49ers.
Yeah,
Not of, cause I like Larry Krueger. Pete doesn't, so we're never going to agree with that. But it's okay. We have our reasons why we do, and we have reasons why we don't. And but But there's a lot of content creators that me, Pete, or Brandon do agree on. Like I don't agree with Warriors winning games, but they are. Wait. They are not. I'm not going to be negative. This is a positive. They are an NBA team, and I understand Brandon loves the Warriors, like I love my Lakers, and Pete loves the Lakers. And for me to shit on Brandon because he loves the Warriors is crappy. Now, we can make fun with one another because it's competitiveness, but I can't be down on Brandon for loving a team that he loves. Just like I can't hate the Ram fans. I can hate their tactics and what they say sometimes, but I can't hate them for loving the Rams. They love the Rams like we love the Niners, and they're little nuts, but they love their team. So every fan base is entitled to love their team. Every content creator is entitled to their opinion. We just don't always have to agree, right?
Oh, we're not going to. We're human beings. Like, I mean, get 10 people in a room, it's almost impossible to get everybody to agree on one thing. Like, so.
Now, I do
imagine
say that,
millions.
I do say this. Don't talk your shit on the keyboard. Create your own podcast. Make your YouTube channel and express how you feel. One thing I can't understand is, Pete doesn't know what he's talking about. Brandon, 906, this
Who
and
are
that,
they?
or all these negatives, right? But I don't see you making a YouTube. I don't see you putting your videos out there and your thoughts, to be criticized. So it's easy to criticize someone than to take criticism, and that's why they call them keyboard warriors, and they won't come like Brandon. Brandon, he has admitted he doesn't know too much about college, but the man gets on here. The man gets on a draft. He does this thing because he loves to come on these podcasts, and there's nothing wrong with that. I give him props for that. A lot of people talk their smack, but they're like, oh, he doesn't know college, blah, blah, blah. Where are your ass? Your ass is not on YouTube doing anything. So that's just how I feel, honestly. But real quick, as we're coming closer to an hour, the Niners did made a signing at corner. Let's talk about a little bit of Rock Ya-Sin as a depth piece. What are you guys' thoughts on that?
You want to go first, Brandon?
Go ahead, Pete.
I mean, Brandon.
It's exactly what you just said. He's a depth piece. Like, but at the same time, it's a good depth piece to have. He's a vet.
Yes.
He's a vet.
Talk about
and
it.
Like, I mean, the reality is where we need every bit of experience on a Super Bowl on a Super Bowl roster. Like, I mean, we're going to have a more experienced cornerback room now with him and Yadam and the guys that we already had. Now that I mean, they're not going to be as young anymore. Before we were hoping that Demo didn't get hurt. We were hoping that Mooney Ward didn't get hurt, just because if either one of them went down, I mean, you cringe at the thought of one of those other guys having to step into those spots. But now they've got some depth. They've got some veteran pieces to plug into those spots, and it puts a lot less pressure on them in the draft. It puts a lot less pressure on them during the season, that they have that guy behind that they're not so afraid of losing one person.
I definitely love the death piece as well. You want to add anything to that, Brandon?
I know. I agree. He's another death piece, but I feel like he's there to, because he's a veteran, he's there to also teach the youngins everything as well and make them better as the season goes on, and if we need them, like they're ready to go and stuff. Kind of like with Jair Brown. Like, I mean, he learned a lot from Gibson and everybody around him, and looked how phenomenal he looked last season.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I don't know if this came up under. Oh, who goes on Twitch? That's you, Brandon.
Yeah, just don't mind it.
Okay, I was gonna delete it, but I can't. That's all good.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It shows up on my Twitch, nowhere else.
No worries. So guys, listen. He's a great depth piece. add to this. Now, the other corner, I mean, I love the corners that we brought in, but if I'm not mistaken, I think everyone is on a 1-year contract. I mean, I think we're going to kind of lose most of our secondary in the next offseason, right? So do you think the Niners is wise to bring in at least 2 corners in this year's draft?
Well, they're talking about re-upping Debo or Demo.
Oh, are they?
Like, they already started.
Oh,
like
that's
they
a
already
smart
started
move.
talking about that. Yeah, like because I mean I'm sure that they see the same thing that we see. So they do have some of those younger guys. They still got Darrell Luter, who we don't know. We know that they like him. We just don't know what he's going to be because he was hurt all the time.
Correct.
But then you've got
Samuel
Moody Ward.
Womack,
I expect
he
them to
hasn't done
re-sign
nothing.
Moody Ward. I think they're going to re-sign Moody Ward.
Do you think so?
Oh, I think so.
He's going to demand a lot of money, right?
Well, it just depends. I mean, it depends on a few things. Like, does he make All Pro? Like, does he make? Did he make All Pro last season?
Yes, he did.
Did he?
Yes, sir.
Was he third?
He was
third
second
team or second team? Okay,
second team. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's gonna demand some money, but I mean, it is what it is. Like, they're gonna have to. They're gonna want a guy because he's gonna be in his prime. So he's still gonna be in his prime. So I love
the addition of Charvarius Ward. I think this kid is special. I think his potential is still ahead. His best football is still ahead. He would be a key piece to sign. What ideally? What do you think the bracket is for him? 17.
I don't think it's going to go that high.
So you think about 15, 16?
You talking about a year?
No, for 3 years or a huge contract.
Yeah.
Not for a year. If they sign him, if they re-sign him, they're going to sign him for at least 4 years.
Yeah. I think they signed him. I think they're going to re-sign him for it's going to be probably like a 2-year deal.
You think so?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be long term. I think it's going to be 2 or 3 year deal.
You agree with that, Brandon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a 2-3 year deal, and I think it's going to be probably around that $6 or $7 million a year.
Okay, if they do that 2-year thing, I see that. But yeah,
because the cap is set to blow up again.
Yep,
so
that's true.
Yeah, I don't think he'll sign for 2 years. Anyway, we'll see.
Well, that's why I think he's going to sign for 2 or 3 years because the cap's going to blow up again, and he's going to want when it
so
blows
he's going to
up,
bet on himself, basically. What you're saying?
Exactly.
Okay.
Because I think he does want to stay there. I just think he does want to get paid, and that'll give him a chance to get paid for nickel corner money, and because that's what the 49ers want to use him as. They want to use him as a nickel corner. And because he's not going to be outside next year. I think that's why they got Yadam and they got
Lenoir's going to be strictly inside.
He's going to be the nickel. So
I agree.
Nobody's paying a nickel 10, 15 million a year. That's not going to happen. So
I think Yadam and Ward are going to be the 2 solid outside. I don't even think Embry Thomas is going to make the team.
I don't. I said that last year. And and somehow he came in and had one of the best camps of his life. And
but fool me once, you can't fool me twice. If he has a good camp again, I don't know if the Niners will be too itchy to bring him back in. He's like, he got burnt, bro. I like Embry Thomas sometimes.
He got burnt a couple times.
Yeah, bro.
I mean, he's a head case. So.
That I don't really. I don't follow him closely, so I don't know. But
his issue, when I say a head case, it's probably just a little disrespectful. But it sounds a little disrespectful. But when I say he's a head case,
Pinchy Pete.
What I mean by it is that his play is directly reflective of his mindset at the time. If he gets burnt once, it's gonna snowball.
Oh, I got you. What you're talking about.
And
you could use better words, bro. But I hear you.
he's a very emotional player.
He doesn't forget about it
if
for
he
the
feels
next play.
himself-
He dwells on it.
Yeah, if he does well, if he has a couple of good plays, and then he can look like a world beater after that. But yeah.
So when he does well, his confidence pushes him forward. When he does bad,
everything.
his that feeling pushes him down. He's very emotional. Corner. Yeah, you can't be. I mean, it's okay to have emotions, but you have to have you gotta forget every. Yeah, move on. That's one thing I like about Lenore. He gets burned or he gets misplay, and he'll come back even stronger. It's like okay, instead of dwelling on it, what can I do better not to do that again? And that's another thing about Ward. Ward the same way. He'll get on one and he'll jump and play better. And I love that.
The best corners get burnt. The best corners get burnt.
Oh yeah. Name me a corner that hasn't got burnt in their career. Deion Sanders got burnt. Jerry Rice is one of them to burn him. Yeah. But we're not going to argue that he's not arguably one of the best corners out there. Yeah. You know what I mean? That guy from the Jets, forgot his name. They always call him on the island. He was always on his own island. They name him on the island after him. Revis. I love that kid, man. That guy was, but he got burnt. They all do, bro. It's just
he had a couple bad seasons.
It's how do you respond to that? And Sherman is a perfect example about forgetting the next play, right? Sherman will get burned and he'll come back and make a play the following play, and that's when you know you have a good corner.
Yep.
Do the Niners. And real quick before I ask that question, everyone in the chat, thank you guys. You guys are popping in the chat. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to each of our channels. It's all in the description below. Normally I'll pop up these guys individually with their places, but like a goofus, I misplaced the file. I'll get it going next week, but make sure to follow each and every one. It's in the description below. Click on it and support us. I appreciate that very much. Listen, regardless if Kyle uses running backs or not, if he just sticks to McCaffrey, whatever his issues are with that, do you guys foresee in the fourth round particularly, because they have they have 3 picks in the fourth, can you see the possibility of them taking a running back with one of those 3 picks in the fourth round?
Fourth round?
Yes. Fourth particularly, yes.
I could see it.
I can see it too.
I could see it.
Because they really like that kid.
There's a couple of running backs. The guy out of Tennessee and Jalen Wright. Is that what his name is? Jalen Wright?
This kid, Gorard, I can't pronounce his name. Let me see.
Garendo.
They like him a lot.
Yeah, I like him. I like Garendo a lot. And people have been trying to discredit him the last
he's a
couple
great
of
player,
weeks.
Man.
I think he is a space eater. And when I say that, he's a guy that he's not a lot of wiggle. There's not a lot of wiggle to it. He's a one cut and go type of guy, but you look up and he's getting 5 yards a carry because he has such a quick burst that he's already up on you, and he doesn't break a lot of tackles. So that's but he's a first down machine.
Isaac from Louisville.
Yeah, Isaac Garendo. Yeah, I like him.
He's 6'1". He's 23. He's going to be 24 up there. And he's 225. So he's I like him. I know the Niners are like him, but this is this other kid that I like. Where is he? I don't know if the Niners will get him, but I like his running ability. Here we go. Trey Benson from Florida State. I like him. Yes, I'm a Seminole fan, but
the
reason why I like him is I watch him a lot as a fan. But I like what he does. I know a lot of people want Frank Gore Jr.
Why?
I'm with you, Pete. I am with you. Listen,
I mean, I get it.
Frank Gore's
out of
son.
all the sons or brothers or cousins or any family-related player that is going to be drafted, this is my opinion. I want to get your guys' thought. The one prefer that if we have to get a relative of a certain son or brother, I'm going with Luke McCaffrey in the fourth or fifth round. That's who I'm going with. I'm not going with Brandon Rice. What are your guys' thoughts? Who do you guys think?
I'm with you. I'm with you. Like, I mean, Luke McCaffrey's the only one that I think out of the brothers, sons, whatever,
Just relative.
like that is draftable. The rest of them are not draftable, in my opinion. Brendan Rice, I know he's got all the measurables. I get it, but if you watch his film, it's not good. It's not good. He's not the greatest route runner. He is not the greatest contested catch guy, even though he has size, and even though he ran a great 40 time, that is not his speed when he's playing. So it is what it is. I think that he should go probably a lot lower than what he's slated to go. And I'm hoping that he went on a top 30 visit with the 49ers. I'm hoping the 49ers don't pick it.
I hear you. Any thoughts, Brandon?
I think he's a waste of a pick. And he doesn't block.
No, I'm with you.
Yeah.
And you know, if you don't block, you don't get the rock, right?
Yeah, I feel like they're just doing all this just out of respect for Jerry.
Didn't Owen's son go for?
Yeah, but he's not going to be drafted.
No, he's going to go undrafted.
Yeah, he's going to go undrafted.
But I can see that. Yeah, right? he did the camp with the Niners.
Yeah,
they brought him.
I heard
what do they call the local camp? He was there.
Yeah, and I heard it wasn't really eventful. Like
no, but I can see the Niners taking him undrafted though, bringing him in.
I don't even see that. Like, I'll be honest. Really? Like I from what I heard of the from that pro day or whatever that was that they did.
Thank you.
Like it wasn't. There was nothing special there, and I think this wide receiver class is so deep that I think some guys are going to fall out of this draft, and the 49ers are going to end up picking up one of those guys that fall out. Like, I could see an Aeneas Smith like falling out of the draft, and the 49ers going after a guy like that, or the Anthony Gold, somebody like that has returning ability.
I like that a lot. All right, guys, as we're coming close to an hour, we're already actually at an hour. It's fun when we talk 49er football, guys. You guys in the comments are amazing. Dion says he wants Rice's son, Brandon.
Okay.
That's cool. Listen. If I don't know if honestly, if I can go from top to bottom, I would take Luke McCaffrey. I would even take. I'll take Terrell Owens' son. Before I take Rice's son. This isn't me. Then it'll be Frank Jr. and Rice's son at the end. I like him as a USC. I like him, but I'm not a big fan. And to me, he's going to have so much pressure to trying to fit his dad's shoes that's going to mess with him. And any Niner fan that wants him to wear number 80 if he did come to the Niners, you're crazy.
He said he didn't want to come and play. He said he didn't want to play for the Niners already.
No, can you blame him though? He wants.
Yeah, no, I don't. I don't want him to play here either.
Name, yeah.
I don't want him to play here either.
He wants to make his own name.
Yeah, I think that it would be a complete nepo pick, and like
that's a lot of pressure, bro.
Yeah, and Kyle don't care. He's not going to put him out there. He's not going to put him out there if he's.
You don't care if he's whose son he is.
Yeah, exactly. He's not going
to
put
be
him
his
out
own
there
son,
earn it.
And he would have put him out there.
This is the thing. I don't think he's going to earn it. I don't think he's going to earn it. I don't see the work ethic in that kid. Like I just don't. But hey, go ahead, take a flyer. Like I mean, if he's there in the 6th or 7th, okay,
maybe.
No, Brandon Rice.
Yeah, Brandon Rice.
No, he'll go in the 3rd. He'll go in the 3rd or 4th.
I mean, somebody's going to take a chance on him.
Correct.
Like because of the measurables.
Yes.
Like, but okay, that's not the way the tape. His measurables are not what the tape says.
I love Dion. Dion goes down.
Yeah, I can say what he wants.
I didn't think about that. Yeah, I want T.O.'s son now, not Brandon. If I had to choose between one of the sons, I'll take it Tariq. I'll take Tariq Owens way before I take Brandon, based on the route running and everything he can do, man.
Yeah, it's not that kid's even a bad player either.
No,
like,
no.
I just think that there's, like I said,
think Brandon's going to be great. It's just not. It's hard to be under your dad's shadow like that. especially a guy that is very involved like Jerry Rice. Can you imagine? You know, I love Jerry. Listen, I love Jerry, best receiver, but
Jerry gonna be over there with the chain.
Jerry's very
and the
drama.
cup.
Yeah. Yeah.
dramatic dude.
And he's gonna be yelling at Kyle.
My favorite receiver back then was Lawrence Taylor. I mean Lawrence. Now I'm forgetting Taylor. Well, John Taylor. Excuse me. John Taylor was my favorite receiver back in the day, right behind Jerry. I think that he could have been a number one receiver anywhere else, but he was casted under Jerry. It's hard to be when you're under Jerry, man. What's going on with the Warriors, bro?
Warriors are fucking pissing me off right now, dude.
31 to 20. Hey, listen. Everybody's like, your Lakers won, your Lakers. I'm like, yeah, but we're gonna get our butts kicked. In the first series, we're gonna go in. If we can beat the Nugget one game at least, is better than what we did last year. If we can at least get one game right, because we got swept last year, so we'll see, man. So it's like Lakers, you win, your prize is you're playing the Nuggets in the first round.
Like, they're playing sloppy right now. Like they already have
bro, they've been playing like that all year.
Brandon, they're 46 and 36.
Yeah,
they're 46 and they're playing like a 46 and 36 team.
Nah,
and he's not taking a shot at you. He's just being obvious. Then Lakers too.
Sacramento's 46 and 36.
Okay,
that's why both of these teams are on the play-in, bro.
I'll be honest. That's today's NBA. That's today's NBA because everybody is so it's all live by the three and die by the three. If you're not hitting that day, I mean, any team could get beat just because that's what makes these playing games so like interesting is because literally it's just who got hot.
Yeah. And the whole thing that the Lakers won in the bubble,
the
Lakers won in the bubble, it's not a real championship.
I mean, how you going to tell the Warriors to stop shooting threes?
They're not going in. Fucking drive in if it's not working. Fuck.
They don't know anything else.
That's all they do is threes, bro. They don't go to the paint. They're not a paint type of team.
Yeah.
I mean, they drive.
They've been a paint type of team this year.
Well, they've been more, obviously, but they stick to they live or die by their threes, bro.
Shoot anything, bro. Fucking everything's going in for Sacramento. Make that
make sense. Bro, it's just the first.
Is it in Sacramento? Oh, it's in Sacramento.
Yeah, but the game's not over, bro. Things can change so fast.
Yeah, especially today's NBA. Like all it takes, the Warriors always hit people in the third quarter. So
yeah, absolutely. All right, gentlemen, it has been fun. Listen, guys, thank you guys for tuning in. We had a big crowd tonight. Thank you. Give a hand of applause for everyone in the chat. You guys were awesome. Make sure to follow Pete's channel. Make sure to follow Brandon's channel. If you haven't done so already, everybody's
I haven't pissed you off
links are in the description below. Follow all their channels. Pete, start with you. What do you got going on this week? What do you got going on for the draft, brother? Please share with everyone viewing tonight.
So I got my show on Thursday. Should be on Thursday, and depending on if this person gets back to me or not, but it might be on Friday. But otherwise, I'm having a show either Thursday or Friday, and then on Niner Fanatic Podcast. And for the draft, I mean, what day of the week is the draft on?
The 25th, Holmes. The 25th.
Well, I know, but what day of the week?
Thursday.
What day is it? Thursday? Oh, nice. So I'll be having a show that day.
Thursday, yeah.
And so I'll be having a show that day, and it'll be so I'll be probably covering at least a couple hours of it, like if my wife doesn't kill me, and
kill him.
And
kill him.
Yeah, for real.
Like,
you don't have to tell her twice.
Grab him from the huevos.
But I appreciate everybody for the chat, for getting involved. It was a lot of fun in the show, and appreciate you guys for kind of watching. I've been getting a little bit more traffic on the channel, so I really appreciate everybody coming out.
Right on, bro. Right on.
But yeah, it's Niner Fanatic Podcast. I am on YouTube. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Twitter. I'm on anywhere where you can get your audio podcast. And now I'm on Twitch as well.
Oh, he joined the Twitch family.
Yeah, I had to join the cool kids.
To the dark side.
But I don't care where you get it, just get it, and make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend so we can be friends every day.
I love that phrase.
And yeah, it is what it is. Like, especially if you like being pissed off, because I'm not going to say what you want me to say. So,
wait, what's your name on Twitch?
Niner Fanatic Podcast or Niner Fanatic Pod.
Pod.
Okay. All one word. Niner Fanatic.
And welcome, Pod. 49er Media. What's up, brother? Welcome to the show.
I think I have 0 followers right now.
Good to see you. Good to see you.
I just hit the follow.
Definitely, yeah. Same here.
Appreciate it.
Real quick, Senor Brandon, what you got going, bro, on your channel, and let everyone know about your WWE channel. If those that love wrestling, they can join. Take it.
So for the draft, I believe I'll be going live with the rest of the Hive crew like usual that we do every year. We'll definitely be back here for the BOYZ podcast next Tuesday. And then I also started up a WWE or / AEW, basically a wrestling channel, with my guys from the Hive, Matt and Christian. So make sure you go to Ring Rundown Podcast to hit that sub button and watch out for that if you're interested in wrestling. We'll be recapping Monday Night Raw, NXT, AEW, and Friday Night SmackDown, and then of course the pay-per-views. But yeah, and then make sure you hit that like, subscribe button on the Niner page for Fitful Podcast. We're on Facebook as well, Twitch, Instagram, X, Kick. What else? Is that it? I think that's it. Yeah, all the social media platforms. And if you want to listen to the audio portion, we are definitely on all the podcast platforms: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, all that good stuff. So watch out for that and hit that follow button. Appreciate it. We're at 699 subscribers right now on YouTube. So if y'all want to do me a solid and hit that sub button, we'll hit 700. And yeah, we're getting there. We're almost 1,000. Huh?
Oh, for your Niner
for channel. The Niner one. Okay. Yeah, for
I thought you were talking about WWE. I'm like, wow, that's fast.
No. Shit, I wish. I actually streamed WrestleMania on Twitch for the Ring Rundown podcast.
Don't forget to follow Brandon's My Face channel, according to Joey.
And I had over 1,100 viewers watching WrestleMania. So it was pretty cool. Yeah.
That's cool, man. For those that love wrestling and you get into the wrestling, make sure to follow my boy Brandon. I go on there. I'm trying to get myself familiarized with all the new characters. I used to watch them faithfully in the past. I kind of got away from it a little bit and moved on. And then now I'm trying to get my itch back on. But I love the way Matt and Christian and Brandon come together and that fire they have for wrestling. So if you're into wrestling, make sure to follow them, support them. Guys, you guys are awesome. As for me, on Fridays, right now we've been in a little bit of hiatus because we just haven't been able to connect, me and Jess. But we definitely have our Friday night shows. The Niners Now podcast. The Niners Now podcast. And so make sure to follow us. I gotta talk to Jess to confirm, but me and Jess might be doing the draft live like we did last year, all 3 days, and we'll have special guests come on and so forth. Once I come in agreement with her and we agree we can do it, I'll let you guys know. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. Everyone, appreciate you. Let everyone know Warriors are going to lose, and they're losing badly against the Kings. And we'll see the Warriors have to play another game against the Pelicans. So we'll see if they can beat the Pelicans. All right, guys.
Well, Zion got hurt, so we'll see.
Did he really?
Yeah.
You guys will still lose.
Yeah, you guys will lose 2 and 4, so it's okay.
It's all right, bro. At least, hey, me and Pete are not hiding from losing in this series, bro. We're not in denial.
I mean,
you make it into
the
I
Lakers.
just want to
We're the
make the
Lakers.
series. That's it.
We've
okay?
got enough championships for everybody. Like
I just want to make the playoffs. That's it.
Oh yeah, exactly. Warriors should be lucky. You know, Warriors fans sound like Rams fans. They all excited with just 2 Super
Oh,
Bowls.
shut the fuck up. No, we don't. You guys are
You
just
bunch
as bad
of
as
Ram fans. At least we won in recent time. The Niners haven't won in over 20 years. And esto que el otro. The Bubbles NBA champion doesn't count.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Yeah.
About the local end of the goddamn stream.
All right, guys. We're out of here. Go Kings. Go Lakers. We're out of here.
Go Kings.
Peace.
Yeah.
Niners for life.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.